Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So we are going to do part 2 of the video and talk about the two horses. So I've actually taken out a race at Ascot. I looked at it in between filming the first video and this one, and actually I was starting to get drawn to a couple of others. I was initially thinking of Call Me Ginger, but Bond Chairman I do think also has a great chance, and I didn't really want to pick two in just a 15 runner Class 2 handicap at Ascot, so I've left that race alone in the end. So the two that I like in the final two races that I am going to talk about, the first one comes in the 2:30 at Gowran Park. Now I've actually left the ratings open so you can see my angle here, and that horse is going to be Goldana. There's a few reasons for this. So obviously Goldana has come out top rated, which is always a positive. Her R figures, this 148.6 R2 and 146.5 R1, they're decent figures in comparison to the field. So there are a few other higher. For example, this 152.1 here for Village Voice, but didn't obviously do much next time out. And that's the only actual one over 150, the only other horse that's managed to figure over 150. Now, Goldana's 157.2 is a huge figure compared to the rest in this race. And it came on ground that she obviously enjoyed. It came on heavy going at the Curragh, over 7 furlongs. Now, since then, she's stepped up in class. She went up to a Group 2. Don't know why my voice is going funny at the moment. She stepped up to a Group 2, finished 4th, beaten 4 1/4 lengths on good ground, and then finished 6th, beaten 6 lengths in a Group 1. Now, I think both the ground and the opposition were probably against her there. She's dropping back down here into a Group 3. She gets her ground. And if you actually look at it, there's 3 horses in this race rated higher than she is. Moon de Vega, rated higher than 100, sorry. Moon de Vega, Jackie O and Village Voice. Now, Jackie O was disappointing at Royal Ascot, being well beaten in the Sandringham Stakes. Village Voice obviously disappointed last time out in the Ribblesdale. Does have some, a good bit of form 2 runs ago. And who was the other one? Moon de Vega. Now, Moon de Vega has won her last 2. However, her run on heavy going at Doncaster, when trained by Rafe Beckett in a listed race, was very disappointing. So I've kind of ruled Moon de Vega out on the going. I think Jackie O isn't good enough, looking at these R figures. And I think Village Voice, it's unclear whether this was her performance. If they all ran to like their middle range, Goldana would win. And if we actually look at the race that she won at the Curragh, the horses in against her were rated 101, 106, 100, 102, 106. So all above 100 pretty much, bar one horse who was the outside of the field. Now this looks an easier race just in general, let alone she now having the ground to suit her. Yeah, I think she will take all of the beating here, and I was surprised at 7-2, to be honest. I thought she'd be shorter than that. I thought she'd be nearer 5-2, maybe 2-1 with the ground. I know obviously might be getting a bit of a price because Moon de Vega, she's won her last 2. However, her effort on soft ground was so disappointing that I think she might disappoint again. So yeah, Goldana at 7-2 is one I like. If she runs a 157.2, she will win that race. If she runs a 150, she's going to take all of the beating. The final race I want to talk about, hopefully we've got a few more prices. We have got a few more prices now coming through, 9-4. So it's going to be LATAM. I'm a big fan of LATAM. I'm surprised they're not running in the Golden Mile at Goodwood. In this race, I would be very disappointed if LATAM is beaten here. LATAM or LATAM, I don't know how you say it. 3 runs this term. Went to the Curragh for the Irish Lincolnshire. Won that on soft heavy going. So the soft ground at Ascot won't be a problem. Then came back to Newbury for the Spring Cup. Finished 2nd. I don't think the way the race was run quite suited. The winner, Jimi Hendrix. 3rd, Revich. 5th, Atrium. 6th, Bless Him. All have run well since. So obviously Jimi Hendrix went on to win at Royal Ascot in the Royal Hunt Cup. Revich came out next time and actually won Chester. Atrium has since won at Doncaster, or dead heating at Doncaster, after running okay at Royal Ascot. And bless him, ran well last week, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, in the Bunbury Cup. And we like him for the Moët and Chandon International at Ascot on Saturday as well. So I thought that was, the form there is really strong. Latam then came out and won at Newcastle on the all-weather in a race that, in my opinion, didn't suit those that were held up. And yet Latam was still good enough to win. Latam was winning that off 94 and went up £1 to 95, which I thought was crazy. I thought it was going to go up £5-6. I think Latam is a group horse running in handicaps, and I was really confident about Latam for the mile at Goodwood. Doesn't run there, runs here instead. I know there's potentially some interesting horses in Loughton maybe, and Garley, who obviously is on his second run back from a couple of wins at Newmarket and York. But yeah, I think Latam is actually really progressive. Ryan Moore booked to ride, and I think Latam is going to take all of the beating here. And at 9-4, it was frustrating in the fact that initially William Hill went 4s, then they went 100 to 30, and then Bet365 put up 5-2, and everywhere else went 9-4, and they're like, oh my god, we've got it completely wrong, and they put him back to 9-4. But I still think he wins. I still think he's got, I'd make him probably shorter than that. I reckon he'll go off less than 2-1. So they're my final two. Goldana, because of the ground, I think she will take all of the beating at 7-2, and Latam, who I think is thoroughly progressive, and can certainly win off 95 under Ryan Moore.